Hello and welcome to this week's first TV Tropes reading. Sorry if it's a bit late tonight. I just, extenuating circumstances. So this week's first topic is Betty and Veronica, and it has a quote from the Taylor Swift song "You Belong with Me." It says, "I'm going to sing this, so it's going to be hilariously bad. She wears short skirts, I wear t-shirts. She's cheer captain, and I'm on the bleachers." The only reason I know how that goes is because my sister and sometimes listen to songs like that. Okay. One of the most common types of love triangle, named after the characters from Archie comics, wherein the main character, Archie, is caught between two love interests with drastically different personalities. Betty is the sweet, reliable, everyday, girl-next-door type. If done wrong, this can mean kinda dull. Whilst Veronica, more alluring, exotic, and edgy, but has a more troublesome or dangerous personality, which could mean kinda slutty. This translates to their physical appearances. Betty will usually be more plain, or at least as close as Hollywood gets, while Veronica will be Mrs. Fanservice in all her glory. As a rule, one will be blonde and the other will be dark or red-haired. The usual dynamic is that Betty, often the hero's best friend, is herself deeply in love with Archie, who might seem them just friends or being like brother and sister since he's oblivious to their feelings. While Veronica is the sultry Mrs. Unattainable, who, despite attracting the hero's attention, barely notices his existence. Betty will want the hero to be happy and thus suppresses her own desire to help the hero in a quest to win over Veronica. Another possibility is that Archie and Betty are already in a relationship, but then Veronica starts batting her eyelashes, causing friction between the couple. Historically, Betty is the parent's choice and Veronica is rejected. If the two love interests are male instead of female, they're often characterized as the kind-hearted, polite, nice guy and the hunky bad boy. It's not unusual for the main character to fall for the prince-like good guy who's probably rich but not in touch emotionally, and only later fall for the tall, dark, and handsome romantic rebel. Whom the hero will end up with varies according to media, story, and values of the time period and culture where the story was made. Traditionally, Betty stood a better chance because she conformed to more acceptable moral norms, while choosing Veronica will only lead the poor sap into ruin. Usually the hero would spend the story chasing Veronica, only to realize that Betty was the one, complete with a convenient, appreciate what you got ASAP. However, as attitudes to what is appropriate sexual conduct has been liberalized, it's more accepted for Veronica to have a chance at winning a happy ending too. Movies have traditionally favored Betty, but video games, comics, and TV shows, especially long runners, have played this trope for all it's worth. Comfortable and safe, Betty does not shake up your world. Picking Betty means you are happy with your life options and don't want to change things too much. Veronica is completely different from what you are used to. Veronica opens your mind to the new possibilities and changes your world. Choosing Veronica suggests you are dissatisfied with the options life has given you and you want something else, even if you don't know what the else is. In case this wasn't complicated enough, sometimes a third option love interest makes their presence known to shake things up even further. Do be aware that fans like to exaggerate potential relationships. Shipping would not exist without it. As a result, there are likely to be multiple instances of an official couple, vindicated by the word of God, that has some sort of fan-based romantic rival mirroring this trope. Even shows without such romantic entanglements in-universe can inspire Betty-Veronica debates among the fandom. Hence, Mary Ann and Ginger, Bailey and Jennifer, Janet and Chrissy, and Velma and Daphne, etc. Named for the two female leads in Archie comics, which made this plot famous, although it's far older than that. And now for the examples. Well, the Master Right example is the Betty is Fang and Dylan is Veronica. For Spider-Man, in the early days, Gwen was Betty and Mary Jane was Veronica. And for all those sweet little girls, Jacob is Betty and Edward is Veronica. And I can't really think of anything. Well, maybe I can. Well, I can't really think of anything off the top of my head. Let's see if I can get one more thing from the list. Oh, Star Wars. Okay. Luke. Oh, that's a cool. Luke is the Betty and Han is the Veronica. That's kind of funny. Okay, so next one, I do have another one for this week. Next one will be Big Eater, but in case you don't want to hear me on that one, I will see you next week. But a few minutes later, next topic, Big Eater. See you then.